Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and I hope you all are good. And this video is for those people who are actually already aware of Cursor AI. And if you would like to be master on Cursor AI, then don't skip this video. And I believe this video is for you. So let's jump into it. And so what is cursor? So the cursor actually in the VS Code fork with AI superpowers, or it's actually built in Claude GPT-4 and more Claude models, and it's actually understands your entire code base, and it's just not just an autocomplete suggestions like Copilot. It's actually a coding partner for you, and you can think of it as VS Code plus ChatGPT plus Copilot, but actually it's integrated. So, what is the difference with VS Code plus Copilot with Cursor? So, it's actually one VS Code plus Copilot. You can get an autocomplete suggestion from Copilot, and you have a separate window for chat, and there is no code base awareness at all. But in Cursor, it actually not only autocomplete suggestions, it also have a superpower of inline editing and chat with context. You can just use shortcut Command+L, and also you have a multi-file awareness, and you can also have agent mode, and like in which agent mode you would like to run your command, and also like the full code base indexing, which is pretty amazing. The four superpowers of cursor actually the tab, which is actually like if you press tab in your any of the line in your code base, it actually smart autocomplete. And if you just like press Command+K, then it actually will do the inline editing in your file. And Command+L actually open the chat with context, and the composer, which is actually multi-file magic. And if you are master of those four shortcuts, then your productivity will be increased by 10 times. And so let's dive into details with those superpower. Okay. So the first superpower is like the tab completion. So how it works actually? Like let's say you just start typing and you just define function, calculate total items, and then on the next line you just press tab, and then actually the magic happen. Like the cursor will complete the rest of the things, like return items or reduce and so on. So the pro tips for you is the tab actually accept full suggestions. So and command plus arrow actually accepts word by word and works with your, so you can just works with your coding style. So what makes it special actually? So the context aware, as I already shared, that cursor have has the full code base awareness, so it can gives you better auto completion rather than like VS Code plus Copilot. So I'm not saying that Copilot is bad, but it's actually about the model, like which model actually this AI isn't used. Like cursor actually use better AI model. So, and the multi-line suggests enter functions, and fast, like near instant predictions, and learns like it adapts to your patterns. And yeah, and unlike Copilot, it actually reads your whole project for context. So, which is actually the most significant things. And now let's discuss about some inline edit, which is actually the game changer. I mean, just select code and Command+K, describe what you want, and it just like done the changes for you. Like let's say this is actually the before, like you don't use anything, like get users, and you define like you are calling an API, which is actually consider response, fetch API users, and return response or JSON. So there is no error handling and lots of things not implemented here. And now if you just select this code and just press Command+K and just type add error handling and loading state, and this is the magic. I mean, it just complete the things. I mean, in inline, like if not responsive, okay, then it will throw error, and if the API call is entirely failed, then it will catch on the catch block. So the just 5 seconds instead of 2 minutes of typing. So it's really pretty amazing, and you can just use it. So there is a quick demo break for you. You can just select any of the function from your code base, and you can just write a prompt like convert to TypeScript with proper error handling, and on cursor actually it transforms your code. So that's exactly what we wanted. So try it yourselves, and you can pause the video and you can try it yourself. Well, and now the third superpower is to open a chat just by typing command plus L, and it's not just another chatbot actually. So you can type a file with reference specific files, and you can just reference. You can include folders like just type at the red folder. You can just type at the red code base so that that agent can search everything in your code base. You can just type at docs with reference documentation, and at web you can search the internet. So like here is an example prompt that you can use that like at code base, how does authentication work in this project, and it will actually like the real power, I mean it what it will does. Like you can just write at file or ts at file middle order ts, why is the user session expiring after 5 minutes, and the cursor looking at your order ts files because you mention it, right? Yeah, by define at the red file, and then it will say, I see that JWT expiry is set to 300 seconds in middle order ts, there is no refresh logic and so on. So here is how to fix it. So it actually understands your code relationships, so which is the power. And then the composer, the composer mode actually the multi-file editing with a single prompt. I mean, if you just instruct like I need to add a new project feature, database model, API routes, react components, test, and the traditional way actually 4 files 30 minutes, but on the composer you can just write on prompt and it just do it by within 2 minutes. So all files are created with proper imports and consistency. So you can just open with Control Shift I or click Composer icon to do some operations on the Composer mode. Well, now I'll share a secret weapon that actually helps you. So you need to define a dot cursor files like dot cursor rules. So why this is important? Because so okay, so just before knowing the importance, just before it, you need to know what is it actually. So a file, this is a file which actually teaches cursor your preferences. I mean, uh, like your code base styles, like how you actually like retain your APIs and everything. So you can define those rules so for the cursor, so that cursor don't blindly follow anything, like it, so that cursor can follow some predefined rules that are actually followed in your projects. So that cursor don't misguide you, so that cursor can give you a better results when you search something or when you instruct some features to cursor, because you know that every project has a different folder structure, different coding structure, different conventions. So you can just define your own conventions, own rules to dot cursor rules, and cursor will read those rules from there before proceed with any implementations or any feedback to you. So here is an example that you are an expert in TypeScript, React, and Next.js app router. So already cursor got an idea that okay, he cursor needs to focus on TypeScript, React, and Next.js app router, and the code style should be use functional components, prefer named exports, use tailwind for styling, always add error boundaries. So already cursor are aware of this. So this is actually the things that you need to define. So this is really powerful, and this is really important. So why it matters, that I already described, that consistent code style across the team documents your conventions, and less fixed these iterations. I mean, otherwise, like you need to do more iterative conversation with cursor. So here are some pro tips, like you can use Command+K on empty line for generate code. You can use Command+Shift+K for edit in terminal. You can use Command+L for chat box, except partial with Command+Arrow. Control+Shift+R for AI code review, and use agent mode for complex tasks. You can pin important files with add. So there are lots of things, pro tips that you can use, and it will speed up your productivity. So there are some common mistakes you don't do. So the common mistakes can be vague prompts, like I mean, fix this code. So cursor actually don't know which code actually it fix. Ignoring the diff preview. So you need to compare the diff, because you don't blindly believe the cursor. That cursor can do mistake. So not using add reference, accepting without reading, skipping cursor dot rules dot cursor. So those kind of things you don't do. Instead of you actually do like be specific. I mean, add null check for user.email. So this is very specific. Then cursor can give you better result. And always review the green red diff and use that file and at codebase lively, in your chat, and understand every change and create project specific rules, which is actually make your code base more consistent. And the general rule, actually never accept code you don't understand, which is the most important thing. Well, now I'll show you the cursor pricing. So the free, I mean, 2000 completions per month, so 50 slow requests. You can have a try with free version, but the pro version is also good for individuals. I mean, unlimited completions and 500 fast request and best for individuals. But if you are in running a business, then you can take their business model. So pro pays for itself in the first week. Yeah. And in the summary, you can take some action plan from this video, like you can download cursor and learn 4 keys and add dot cursor rules and practice daily. Well, and what's next? In next video, I'll share you like GitHub Copilot in details and prompt engineering and AI debugging. So if you like this video, then just put a comment and don't forget to subscribe these channels for more videos. Till then, good luck. Bye bye.